What's going on, guys? We're back with our prediction video for UFC 253. We got decently stacked card, man, but honestly, I'm somewhat disappointed. I think,
Last week's card was a little bit better than this week's.
last week's was super stacked, man, and aside from the co-main event and the main event, it almost seems like a fight night. We have some good names on there. Diego Sanchez is fighting on the prelims. That's a good fight, but the other three fights on the main card, I'm feeling a certain type of way about it. Why would you go so hard on the ESPN Plus last weekend, and then you could have maybe swapped it up a little bit, but overall, I think they're good matchups. That's what's important, really.
Yeah, 100%, dude. It's gonna be a great card regardless. It's gonna be some great fights on this card.
Yeah.
If you want to start it off.
This week we're a little bit more torn, but starting off on the main card, we got Hakeem Dawodu and Zubaira Tukhugov.
Yep.
So,
great.
Two tough names, two tough fighters.
Yep. Let's see. Hakeem is the underdog in this one. He's minus 105. Or no, they're not. Neither one's the underdog in this one. They're both fairly even. Yeah, Zabar, or however you say his name is.
Zubaira, yeah.
Zubaira. He's minus 115 as a favorite, where Hakeem is minus 105.
Okay.
Both are coming off wins.
Yeah, so Hakeem's Zubaira definitely has a lot more experience. He's like 19-4, I want to say.
19-4-1, yeah.
Yeah. Hakeem's 11-1-1.
Mm-hmm.
So Zubaira's got that advantage there. They're honestly, in my opinion, complete opposites. Hakeem's predominantly Muay Thai fighter, so he's standing a lot more. And Zubaira is, he's like Khabib in them. He's a Sambo wrestler, we see how dominant that is. The only reason that normally I always 100% go with, these Sambo wrestlers, they're all so dominant. The only reason I thought about it for a little bit is, Hakeem's on a 4-fight win streak. That's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been somewhat more active recently, where Zubaira had his, after the whole Conor McGregor and Khabib brawl after the fight, he got suspended because of that for a point. But Zubaira is very impressive. He's only had one loss since like August of 2012.
So his Zubair the Warrior, man. His last fight was a TKO.
Yeah.
So, and then Hakeem the Mean is on a 4-fight win streak, like you said. His last fight was a decision, and a fight before that it was a first round TKO.
The only thing I'll say about his 4-fight win streak is 2 of them were split decisions.
Yeah.
Split decisions always rub me the wrong way. It's like you won. It's just you cut it very close.
Yeah, that's
where one of those judges thought you might not have won that.
Yeah, that's very true. On this fight here, I'm gonna go with Hakeem. That's my pick for this one.
Yeah, we're pretty compared to last week where we agreed on everything except for the main event.
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty torn on this card. I have Zubaira winning by decision on this fight.
Cool. I got Hakeem winning by TKO second round.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what goes on there. But I think they're both impressive prospects, so I'm interested in seeing that. But moving on with that, we got Ketlin Vieira and Ciara Eubanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Caitlin.
I feel like they. Yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Caitlin lost her last fight, but before that, she was on a 10-fight win streak.
It's pretty impressive, but I think Eubanks has been a lot more active recently. We've seen her very regularly during this pandemic. Like 2 months ago type stuff. A little bit before that as well. I think she's a tough fighter. Obviously, her record could be better. She's 6-4.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the best record, but
7-4.
She's fought
7-4.
7-4. Thank you. But she's fought very tough people as well.
Yeah, Eubanks is coming off a 2-fight win streak. She fought earlier this month, also on the 12th, I believe. On that fight.
Quick turnaround. Yeah. This one, it's kind of a coin flip. I feel like, except maybe last weekend where. Or I could just be remembering incorrectly. Every main card, they're throwing that one female fight in there. And sometimes, I remember there was one that I was like, this should not be so high on the list, but It
I mean, they're
was.
trying to get
There's
the female
probably,
division exposed a little bit more, you know?
of course, but I don't know. Maybe it's biased or, but I'm all for equality. But if the fight isn't big enough to be up there, then don't be up there. But you can't really give them the recognition they need if they're always on the prelims. But
No,
I'm sure there's a
100%,
name or
100%.
two on the prelims that could be on the main card instead. But they're they need their exposure as well. It makes sense. I had Eubanks winning this one by decision.
I got Caitlyn winning in this one.
Tough
This would
one to
be
call,
tough.
kind of.
Decision as well. I mean,
Mhm.
if you go by the books, Caitlyn is the favorite by -170, where Ebanks
Yeah,
is the underdog plus 150.
yeah,
I'm going with the
so
favorite this time with Caitlyn.
for
So
sure. Yeah, and I can see why. I mean, she didn't win 10 in a row for nothing. I just think if it's gonna go decision, Eubanks I feel like has been showing, especially in her last two, that she grinds it out for all three. So that's why I chose her. But that like we said, this whole fight card was tough to call in my opinion.
oh no,
But
100% is, man. 100% is.
after that one, we got a good flyweight fight with Kai Kara France
Hmm.
and Brandon Royval.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Brandon
a good
Royval, if
fight.
you remember him.
Yeah, he's the dude a couple months ago,
Hmm.
who won fighter of the night bonus or fight of the night
Yeah,
bonus, and he was crying on the interview saying, "Hey,
yeah.
I gotta go back to work tomorrow. Gotta
Hmm.
go serve and stuff like that." No, dude, I have high hopes for this kid, man. He's 11-4 right now. He's on a 3-fight win streak.
Yeah,
Um, he wins, like I was looking at all his stats. A lot of his wins are by submission, which is fucking awesome.
yeah.
Uh,
7 out of the 11 wins are all subs.
yeah,
He
and then
submitted Tim Elliott in his last fight as well.
yeah. That's the fight where you got the bonus.
Yeah, exactly. That was his
Uh,
debut, I want to say.
it was a UFC debut.
Hmm.
Yep. And then Kai, um, he won his last fight. Lost the one before that. Before that, though, he was on an 8-fight win streak.
A lot more experience.
Hmm. Yeah, I
A
mean,
lot more.
if we go by the books, Kai is -230 to favorite, where Brendan is plus 185.
Yeah.
I believe no, that's not the biggest split between on the main card. But I got Brendan winning this one.
You
I'm
know
going
what?
submission.
You know what I did too? We talked about these yesterday. We didn't get around to recording, and when I sent you my picks, I also had Roy Ball winning by submission. But I don't know. I was going over my notes like as you were the camera and stuff ready. And for some reason, I got Kai Kara France winning first round knockout. I think he's a really big flyweight compared to Roy Ball. Obviously, he's won 9 of his last 10 fights. I think he'll be able to go in there and be strong enough to dominate the fight. And
Yeah.
he's predominantly he's predominantly a striker. He was a good kickboxer, so I think unless Roy Ball is able to scramble and get a submission in, I think Kai Kara France might knock him out. So
Yeah, man. I got Brendan winning by submission. Either late first or early second is my pick.
got you. Yeah, and I think I had second round sub for Roy Ball, but I'm switching it over last minute to first round KO.
That's fair. That's fair.
Kara France.
That's fair.
But I'm actually really excited for that one to see what happens. And honestly, the Hakeem Dawodu fight as well. Like we said, it's going to be a good fight night, but definitely good matchups. That's the best thing to see. But after that, going into this huge co-main event, man, for the vacant light heavyweight belt, we got Dominic the Dominator Reyes and Jan Blachowicz. I don't know if he has a nickname, Polish Power, maybe, but something.
Yeah, something like
Um,
that. I mean, this is Dominic's eighth UFC fight.
mhm.
Last fight he lost to Bones.
Did
Uh,
he? Did he though?
I mean,
Did he?
in the books he lost to Bones. He lost to
On
John.
paper,
On paper he lost to Jones. So
I
I
think he
got
won that fight.
I got Dominic winning this fight against Jan. Jan is on a 3-fight win streak with his last fighting against Corey Anderson, knocking him out, dirty knockout by him.
Yeah, that
Um,
was, and then before that was what Luke Rockhold.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
on a 3-fight win streak. His last loss was against Thiago Santos.
That's not a bad loss.
No, no,
Santos is a beast.
yeah, and that happened a little over a year ago on the February 23rd card. Um,
Yeah, Jan, I think he's a good fighter. And his UFC record is like 9-5. He's more experienced overall. He's got 26-8.
mhm,
Um, he's got good power. He seems to knock guys out with interesting punches.
mhm.
Like the Corey Anderson one was like a weird one, but it was like so flush, like right in the face, knocked him out. The Rockhold one was really impressive as well. Um, I think my prediction is, Jan's he's gonna push forward, I believe, and I think Reyes is also very powerful but more accurate. And
Yeah, I
like we
think
saw when he
Reyes is gonna
knocked
get
out Chris Weidman,
the counterattack going.
yeah, I think we saw it when he knocked out Chris Weidman. We saw it when he knocked out Ovin St. Preux. I think he's going to be doing his backpedaling and just move out of the way of one of Jan strikes and knock him out
Oh,
cold.
100%. I agree.
Yeah,
I
I got
agree.
Dominic
So
Reyes winning
we got both
by
the same one.
yeah. I'm not sure what round. I mean, they're going to feel each other out. I'll say it could be fast. It could under
Uh,
three. I'll say
I
that. Under three. Dominic's
I
getting that
agree with
knockout.
that. I agree with that 100%. Under
Yeah,
three.
especially people underestimate how much a John Jones fight can help you, especially when you, in my opinion, beat John Jones, who's on the Mount Rushmore of the greatest
Hmm.
fighters of all time. I think he grew from that significantly. Probably, he
Yeah,
got pushed to limits.
no, 100%. And then I mean the fight card. This is the biggest difference in the whole main card.
Mm,
The book has Dominic Reyes winning minus 260 being the favorite, where Jan
wow,
is plus 220. So
that's pretty
yeah,
big odds.
yeah, Vegas has the big odds, like the biggest odds so far in the main card for Dominic winning it. So
Yeah, you can't count Jan out. It's just I think it's a little bit of a different level of competition.
mm,
Reyes is a big dude, and the height isn't a significant difference, but the reach is about the same. Reyes is like 2 inches taller, but I feel like Reyes just looks taller and longer than Jan does. I think he's going to get him with that back pedal. He's going to be backing up, moving, evading some strikes. Bow, knock him out just like he knocked out Chris Weidman.
yeah, I can see that happening, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Then moving on to the main card, we have Israel Adesanya and Paulo Costa. This is gonna be
Dude,
a, this is gonna be this is gonna be an entertaining fight, man.
same
Oh
thing with
man,
this one. I've been back and forth, back and forth. It's so hard for me to choose. The last one, I was 100% Dominic Reyes. This one, I'm.
yeah, dude, I feel I can see Adesanya winning this. Uh, it's gonna go to decision. Most
You think so?
Oh yeah. So I was looking at a lot of Israel's fights, like his out of his 9 fights in the UFC, 5 of them went to decision.
Yeah.
Uh, he is on a 19 fight win streak. He's a great fighter. He won. Did you know he won Fighter of the Year twice, back in 18 and 19?
I don't know, 2 times in a row.
Yeah, yeah,
That's wild.
both times. And then you have Paulo Costa. This is gonna be his 5th fight. Most of his fights are knockouts. Minus
First
his
round knockout.
first round knockouts. Minus his last fight against Yoel,
Mhm.
which went to decision, and he got the slight edge over that.
Yeah, arguably, you could argue Yoel's way.
Hmm.
It's complicated, man. The reason I've been so back and forth on it, originally I was Israel's going to be able to counter strike. I think Paulo's going to attack him, and Israel will find his chin and knock him out. And then after that, I was like, you know what, man? Israel's toughest opponent was Kelvin Gastelum, who pressured him, who was in his face and hitting him, and that's Paulo Costa's that times five. He's gonna be pushing you against the cage and throwing you bombs at you. He's a gigantic dude. He's gonna throw these hard hooks and kicks at you. So then I was like, oh well, I think maybe Paulo, if he's that much better than Kelvin, and Kelvin had that much success against Israel, I think maybe Paulo can win first round. And then my last thing that changed my mind is I rewatched the Paulo and the Yoel Romero fight. and Paulo slows down significantly after 1.5 rounds.
Yep.
He's still in the fight, but he slows down. He's not completely worn out, but he slows down.
No, yeah,
And that's
100%.
not going to happen to Israel. You don't want that to happen against someone as accurate as Israel. I think it'll be hard for Izzy to knock him out because,
Yeah, that's
Paulo
what.
took Yoel's shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Izzy's winning by decision. He's gonna have more strikes, more accuracy in his fight.
Yeah.
I got Izzy winning, just like the books have it. They have Izzy at -170 and Costa at +150. I'm going Izzy.
Pretty much agree
Decision.
with that. Yeah, man. I think if Paulo can't knock him out in one, which is very unlikely, but that's his best chance in my opinion.
Yep.
I'll go as far as saying maybe in the fourth or fifth, Izzy can finish it, just because Paulo will be that tired. Going all the way to 5 rounds, it's not easy to do. If I'm the Yoel fight, I want to say it was three, I believe, 3 rounds, and he was pretty significantly tired after that.
Yoel and Paula.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a 3-round fight.
Right, and he was pretty tired at that. So 5 rounds, especially as hard as he goes, I think in fourth in those championship rounds, Izzy's going to pull away. Either he'll be able to drop him due to the exhaustion and a very accurate strike, or like you said, it's going to go to decision.
You got Izzy winning though.
Yeah, I got Israel winning this fight.
Okay. So let's see. I got Hakeem, Caitlin.
I got Zubaira. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, go on.
I got Hakeem, Caitlin, Brendan, Dominic, and Izzy winning.
Right.
And you
I
got
have Zubaira, Eubanks, France, Dominic, and Israel.
all right. So the first 3 fights were split. The last 2, the main event and the co-main event, were together in the same
Yes,
boat.
sir.
So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
no, it's gonna be a great fight, man.
I'm excited, brother. Like those last 2 especially, and then the first 3 fights are very good matchups. So overall, it's going to be a great night of fights. Super excited to see what happens, and looking forward to this weekend, brother.
Oh, 100%, man, 100%. And guys, if you haven't already, give our Twitter page, which is above me, a follow,
Twitch
and
is
then
next.
and then the Instagram page right above Robbie. Give those a follow. You'll see what we put up on there. I keep up with the fights. If you guys aren't watching the fights, we'll have the updates on Twitter as they're going on, and
Yes,
then
sir.
we'll have our predictions on Instagram. So you make sure you just give us a follow, guys. And like always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the next video. You guys have a good one. All right.
We'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.